Yeah, welcome back to the Career Build series. This is episode 89, and so as we can see here, we're having massive weirdness here. I should have expected this. This is a let's learn from our mistakes video here. So, let me show you how this is working here. So as you can see, this is a mess. This is essentially how the mess starts. So let's load this up, and I'll tell you what I'm going to do to solve it. I'm not going to play the glitch game here, and as we learn the peculiarities of Stormworks and the engine, let's look at this mess here. So let me drop myself. As we can see here, these barges are all sorts of crazy. They spawn in, they're doing weird phantom physics. They're trying to sink Virgil over there, which Virgil theoretically shouldn't be able to sink, but if water gets in there, that counts as a closed volume even with the door open, so it does rotate down. I'm going to see if I can't get this to behave itself. So I'm going to try, and if I can get it to behave itself, I'm going to, soldier on. If not, I'm going to make an executive decision, and I will cheat in the money that we would have made on this mission, and in the future I will be more careful. So the barges are having an absolute time. So let me shut this door. Let me see if I can't fix this. I've already, tried fixing the save like 3 times. Let's see if we can't do it. I think it might be something to do with the anchors. The anchors are touching one another. Let me drop these anchors. As you can see, it goes absolutely crazy when the anchors drop. So it's something with the anchors where they're grabbing. It's having phantom physics with the anchors. So I'm going to try to get this fixed. Likely I can't. And so if I can't get this fixed, what I'm going to do is the money that we would have made bringing diesel from here to here, I will edit the XML, put that in. And in the future, what I'll do is, one of the thoughts I had that I was contemplating with was leaving one barge out here on anchor, bringing one in at a time and doing that. So that's probably what I'll do in the future. So let me see if I can't get this fixed. If I can't, that's what we'll do. As you can see, when I end back up in here, it goes crazy. So let me get these anchors all disconnected. That one's... Once those are down, they'll disconnect. Let me get out of here. When I get out of here, often your character interferes with physics. So likely what I'm going to do is I'm going to cheat in the money and not deal with this mess. Again, this is a game issue. I'm not worried about it, though. It's, we have a lot of connectors. They might be trying to grab one another. All sorts of weird physics stuff here. I'm not going to let this bother me. I'm not going to make a big deal of it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, there's no way for me to fix this at this point. As you can see, we have 2 barges sitting on top of each other, actively trying to kill me. It's not happening. So in the future, what I'm going to do is I will make sure that the barges are separate. I'll leave one there. I'll bring one in at a time. But this is where we're at. So what are we going to do about it? Let's load up Career Build Series here. This should be before all this nonsense. And I'll just XML in the money. Alright, so we're back at North Harbor. So this is the earlier save. Let's look at the map. So I kind of feel justified in doing this, seeing this is just... if there's a game glitch, instead of getting upset about it, there's no point in me getting upset about it. I might as well just fix it. So, take a minute for that diesel to populate, but I think it's 35 cents a liter. That's what I'm going to go with. So, you got to see me work with this. Take a second for that to populate, but what we're going to do here is I'm going to make the executive decision that I'm not playing this game where I try to deal with, physics glitches. Just going to grab the money and put it in. Let's just wait for that. Let me see what this populates as. Trying to get this to... There we go. Okay, so we're starting to populate. Diesel's 35. cents. Just waiting on this one to populate. It takes them a little time, and then they'll pop in, you'll notice. Can't remember the numbers off the top of my head, but it will come in. So let's get Visual moving here. I think I want to open myself up to be able to do some different missions. So what I think I'm going to do here is I'm going to get moving. I was kind of thinking of maybe staying at the beginner base, but I want to be able to use the katydid when I want, so I'm not going to... how's my battery? Battery's good. I'm not going to bother staying around the beginner base. I think I'm going to head back towards Spy Cakes and Komodo just because that gives me a wider opportunity of what are we going to do. And so I'm not going to let this bother me. A lot of people, you know, tend to cry when the physics gets kooky, but you know what? I can't control the elements of the game sometime, but I can control how I react to them. So I'm not going to let it bother me. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to XML in that money whenever this populates, tell me what the diesel value is. So I'm going to give myself an accurate estimation of what that, you know, would be 60,000 liters times the profit here. And I'm going to go head back. And so the strategy is going to be a little different when I end up doing that sort of, when I do that. You know, you can't save and load them back in often. All the connectors try to connect. So what I could have done and what I should have done is put one of the barges on anchor, bring one in, fill that one up, bring it out, put it on anchor, bring the other one in. If Rijo was, you know, a little bit separated, you know, I left all the wires connected. So in the future, that's what I'll do. Again, I'm not going to let this sort of little, you know, physics glitch get me down. I'm just going to cheat in the money. You know, we earned it. You know, I was all set. Those are pretty much full. I was going to take them up here and make the cash. So 66. So let's see. So 0.66 minus 0.35 times 60,000. All right, so that's 18,600. So that's what I'm getting in my XML here. So I'm going to put 18.6 in my save file. I'll write that down. All right, so 18,600 is going in there. I was going to do the oil trade as well. I'm not going to bother with that right now. So let's see where we're at. So presently we only have Rijo out 18.6. So we still need to make some money. I think we'll grind up some money some other ways. You know, I already spent, that was a considerable amount of time for me to get out there. You know, I think it was like an hour and 15 for me to get up there, grab the two barges, hook them up, head out there, and then for this to happen. So I'm not gonna redo that and go out there again and then, you know, do it again. So what I'm gonna do is XML in the 18.6. I'm gonna start heading back to civilization, and then that's gonna allow me to do some other rescue missions. I think I might hit this one on the way back. Right here, small boats in distress looking for assistance. So I'll hit this one. And then, so we'll kind of do that for this episode. Getting back into Spy Cakes, Komodo territory, I can launch some larger stuff. I don't think the two barges is necessarily a bad idea, but it certainly accelerates my desire to want to make a larger barge. You know, so that could be on the docket. We'll see what I feel like doing. You know, I made some new trailers that I'm going to put in. The career build series. I built them. I was on Twitch live. If anyone saw that, that was something I was working on. I'll bring up the screenshots of what they look like. They are bottom dump coal trailers, as you can see here. So I made these yesterday. They're bottom dump coal trailers. They hold, I think, 750 a piece. So you're talking, these hold a little bit more than, do they? What are they? I think they were like 71.50 a piece. So what is that? That's 24 and change. So they hold about 200, maybe more than the frameless dump 45 if I have all three of them. So you know, bring these triple trailers. Go play with these a little bit. That could be an idea of something to do, but I'm very much going to play it by ear what I want to work on at the time. I kind of like to not schedule too far ahead. That way I can kind of decide what I want to do. If I feel like getting back in and building something, I might work on a new barge. I think Vergeot is certainly resilient enough and has the power to really handle a new barge. I think going to 60,000 liters is probably on the small side. I think maybe shoot for something like 90,000 liters of capacity. I'd also like to be able to hold maybe 3 containers on board, so something like that I think would be a good use of time. The barge should be pretty quick to put together. That barge was a little, I wouldn't say complicated, but what I can actually do is I can probably cut the center section of that barge out that we have, and that has the APU on it. It has everything else. I really don't need the APU. I should be able to have a power connection from Vergeot to the barge to provide power, especially seeing I have a really good APU on Vergeot now. I probably want, I'm trying to decide if I want anchors. I probably want anchors on the barge. I might just do it with buoys at this point. I haven't decided. But, I might decide to throw together a quick barge that can kind of, that can kind of do some of the things that I'm looking for. Larger capacity. So let's run some of these numbers while I'm transiting. Let me see what my time. Okay, I have 4 minutes till I have to be concerned. All right, so let's see, run some numbers here. So the plan still kind of sticks that I want to buy this island up here. So if we get 18.6, that's going to put us, what's that? About, say, 110 plus. So we're only at 110. So if I were to buy this island, I would have 10 grand of seed money. I couldn't even spawn a barge. So there's no way we're doing that yet. Getting a new barge, would be helpful, especially with 90,000 liters. So let's kind of run a spec for 90,000 liters. So it's 35 cents to buy diesel there. And let's say we're going to make this 90,000 liters. So we're talking 31.5 to go from 31.5 is what it's going to cost us to buy the diesel. So let's say the new barge cost us 30, so we're down to 60. Yeah, so we have plenty of money. We could even make the barge larger than that. We just have to worry about Vergeot trying to carry the weight, so we'll do some testing with that. And we can't launch here. We have to launch. Komodo will be the quickest. So launch from Komodo, drag the barge up here. And then what I would like to do is I'd really like to leave it up here. Buying this island, I think this island has definitely has a workbench, but I think the workbench is large enough I could spawn in the barge from here. So being able to do that really cuts down our transport distance. That really increases the efficiency. So I want to get to that as soon as possible, being able to buy that island. So, I need 3 things to kind of make, to realize I have enough money to buy that island. I need to be able to launch Vergeot, I need to be able to launch the barge, and I need to have enough seed money to purchase the product, whether it be diesel or oil. The diesel is the cheapest now at 31.5. Profit-wise on that, we make 31 cents. Profit times 90,000. So that's 28,000 about. So 28,000 to go from here to there. That's not bad. And then, so let's say what do we have here? So we're going to be at, let's say, conservatively, we have 110 minus 20. The barge cost us 20. So we're talking back down to 90. So that gives us 90,000 to play with. And our first run would give us another 30. So we're talking 120. So 120 by the time we get to the oil gantry. That would be, was that 120 cash? That would be 120 cash in pocket when we get to the oil gantry. So we 120, and then we do 90,000 times 1.33. Okay, so that's 119. So we'd have like 1,000 left. of cash. So that would financially work. Take that over here. What are we buying? 133. What is this? So we do 289. 2.89 minus 1.33. $1.56 times 90. So we'd have 140,000 profit. So 140,000 on top of that. So let's say drop 20 off of this. 75 plus 140. You know, so we're over 200 grand. With being over 200 grand, that gives me the confidence to buy this island and still have enough money to have the barge and seed money. So I don't know if that's going to be what I do next, but that would be something to put on the list. Go back to Komodo, I'd say. If I feel like it, work on a barge, get a 90,000 liter barge going. Try to do it quickly. I'm going to try to just, you know, I kind of have the shape and how I want the barge. Slap that together. Get up to here to a diesel run. That will give us a good chunk of money to then do that. Then buy this island, and once I buy this island, that will, you know, I can now put the barge away there and launch it. And then eventually I'll probably put a buoy in and keep the barge outside. But I haven't decided that yet. But that's kind of, I think, the direction I look to go. I think that's going to be the best course of action for at least long-term or semi-long-term planning. Yeah, I think that's what I want to do. You know, if something else interests me, doing something else, I might do that. But so I might have a build video in here on a barge. It shouldn't take me that long. I know I say that a lot, but you know, I kind of want a little bit extra work with this barge. I might make this a fuel-only barge. I might not even worry about containers. Like, you know, one of our big container routes presently is from Spy Cakes to Komodo, and as much as I think it's fun, and I do a lot of these missions just for fun, it's a bunch of work to launch a barge. Like right now, our current barge holds one container. So launch the barge, or launch Frigeau, bring it out. Launch the container, swim back out of Frigeau, bring it over, push the barge up, tie it off. Run over here, get the ship loader, bring a ship loader down, grab a container, put it on. Okay, the container is going to net us 2,000. So then I have to go back, put that away, jump out here, get on, transit at a reasonably slow speed up to Komodo. Go over to Komodo, push it up, tie it off, get off, go up here, get the ship loader, bring the ship loader down, pull the container, come back up, grab a container, put the container back on, go up, put that away, you know, grab, go back. And that nets me 4,000. So that's just not profitable enough. Containers, I'm really going to need something like the home ship where I can have 5, where it has a self-loading crane, really starts to increase the viability of that. Fuel is much more economical time-wise, and I think just financially. You know, I would, let's do it at Komodo here. So that would require me, I go here, I launch my new barge, drag the new barge up. That's a lot of autopilot. And me getting away from the computer, you know, put one stop here, stop, manually take another bridge, set it up again, come in here. There's a good sit time filling it. Drag it out, come up here, good sit time emptying it, drag it over here, fill it up. There's a good sit time there, come back, empty it. And then once we do that, now we can buy this island, and this cuts all that transit time pretty much down to nothing. That's, even if I have to head up here, I'm going up at 45 knots in Frigeau, or I can even take the Katydid up there at, you know, 130 knots, launch the equipment that I need, come down here, grab oil, go over here, sell the oil, grab diesel, come up here, sell diesel, go here, put it away. So that's, I think, definitely on the to-do list. You know, if I'm going to do containers right now with the islands we own, it's much more economical to go via truck. I can take my Mac Pinnacle and my LC 53 or 51. I can launch the Mac, I can pull it up, I can launch the LC, I can hook to that, I can drag that around, I can launch the shifter, move the shifter over, pick up 2 containers, put them on, go drop the shifter off, jump back in the Mac. I can head up there doing 75 miles, or doing, let's say, I average 40 miles an hour. Okay, even if it's only averaging 40 miles an hour, it's probably what, 5 times as fast as Vrigeau. 5 times as fast. Go here, dump those off. That's much better way to do containers. Containers really become profitable when you're going from here to north or south. Those start to get 10,000 container, and you need to haul a bunch of containers. So for example, when we finally get into the home ship holds 5 containers. So even going from here to there, that's 10,000. So come over here. It also has its own self-loading crane. So the container shifter would have to go grab 2 containers at once, drop it on the dock. 2 containers, drop it on the dock. 1 container, drop it on the dock. Home ship, load, load, load. Bring it over here. Reverse the process. Take the crane, put 5 containers here. Shifter, pick them up, move them, grab 5 more. 3 trips to get 5, load them. Containers become very economically viable when you go to the Arctic. So again, let's say we load up 5 BVGs. They're about 30,000 a piece. So you're talking 150,000 for those containers. So then you would transit up here. This takes a long time, but again, this would be me going to bed or something and letting it run. I have multi-point autopilot on the home ship. I can work my way through the ice on autopilot. I can get up, where's BVG? Is here, I think. Yeah. Come in here, unload. That's 150,000 in containers. Grab 5 more containers and set it to come back. And then the whole way I come back in the home ship, one of the reasons the home ship is it's a mobile base. As I'm coming back, the ship's going to be on autopilot, heading back. As a mission pops up, I can jump in the Katydid or the Hummingbird or one of the boats, and I can leave the home ship, go do a rescue mission, come back to the home ship, you know, take the Katydid, fly the people down to the closest hospital, fly back, and then the home ship's traveling the whole time. So it allows me to continue, and that's going to be really good for the build series. As the home ship's transition, I'll be able to run off and do missions the whole way back because the missions stay close to wherever you are. And so that's going to allow me to do multiple missions while doing something profitable like moving containers. So I think that's really kind of, that's where I want to get to. But so I'm really kind of getting the itch. We'll do this rescue and end up in Komodo. We'll call that it for an episode. And then I'm thinking I'm going to get into building that larger barge. I was kind of playing with some barge ideas before. Let me see. I'm just going to bring up some oil barge pictures here. There's just some simple pictures of oil barges here that I think are going to be kind of what I'm looking for. These are tankers. It's Google being Google, but let's see. So having some of these just push barges. I typed in barge and it's bringing up a lot of tankers. I don't know why. Google being Google, I guess, but like those aren't oil barges. I don't think. No, those are ore barges or something. But I can grab some barges here. Non-self-propelled oil barge. So this is kind of what I'm looking at here. Something. Oh, wow. Doesn't show me the. So like this is a non-self-propelled oil barge here. Oh, thanks. Yeah, like I'm gonna steal your image. But something like that is what I'm looking for. Is like a diagram like this here. So here we go. We're gonna save this image. Alright, so like something like this, why can't I save this? Just save it. Yeah, so something like this, I would assume this is meters. I'd say that's 40 meters long. Yeah, so what is MX? Yeah, they're in meters. It's 100, I'm trying to read the units here. It says 100 MX by 33, yeah, 100 meters by 33 meters by 7.6 meters. I don't know why this scale is not to 100 meters if it's 100 meters. But anyways, so plan this barge out. I might just make it max size, but something like this, as you can see. Build the barge out, build it really simply, and then use that. You know, Vricio should have no problem pulling something like that. I'll have to test. We just arrived at our waypoint here. Should have no problem hauling something like that. It just probably will do it slowly, which, you know, is not the end of the world. As long as it's moving at a reasonable pace, I'm happy. I don't need super speed. I just need it to actually work, and then that'll make me happy that we can get into that. You know, so if I can get at least 90,000 liters. So what I'm going to do is build the barge out. I'll do a kind of a standard U design. So let me look at oil tanker schematics. Diagram would probably be better, but let's see. So like one thing you'll notice, I'm trying to see kind of the view. Like, see, this is how you should be building an oil tanker. So if you notice, this is a terrible size picture, but if you look, see how it has this U-shaped water ballast? That's how I usually do my tankers, like my big T800s that way. You do a U-shaped water ballast. When you're empty, that fills with water. Now, we don't need this on a barge. On a tanker, you will fill with ballast water because you don't want to tip over. A barge isn't going to tip over. There's no superstructure. You just leave air in there. So that's always air. And that's so that if the hull was pierced, it's double hulled so it doesn't leak the oil. So for us, what we do is a U-shape water ballast and then centralized oil tanks. And that's how I build the oil tanker. Pretty simple. There's our boat over there. I already see it, so let's get there. Okay. Take that off. Let's go rescue this little boat. It's fighting me. Why is this fighting me? That's not our boat. That's something different. Thought that was our boat. This feels like this is fighting me. I'm steering. I'm barely doing anything. Okay, it's letting me steer. It's just the waves. Yeah, it's just the waves. It's kind of in the trough of the waves. So let's find this boat. I don't think this has a transponder. Yeah, no transponder. That was me turning on our transponders to make sure the finder was working. Yeah, so you know, as much as I like the idea of multiple barges, I think logistically it's turned into a nightmare. They're trying to collide with one another. That's no good. Getting into a single barge, I think, is going to be better. It won't take me that long to build a barge. Pretty simple, again. I'm going to get the outside shape. The tanks will be more inboard. We'll keep that repair. Okay. Let me find where it is. Okay, it's telling me to repair it, but I still haven't found it yet. So let me go slow ahead here. And let me jump up on the roof here, theoretically, if I can get up there. I'm trying to get up on the roof here so I can see something here. Oh, periscope might be interesting to see something. Maybe, you know, I've been talking about putting a mast on Brigeau, so putting a mast on there so that and putting a camera on the mast so I can kind of see, where is this bow rider? It says repair bow rider. Oh, there it is. Right there. Okay. So right over there by the land. I say it said repair, but usually that's when you're close enough to see it. So, all right, so let's head over there. Let's repair this Johnny. What else did it say? Yeah, it's just doing all sorts of flying and weirdness because of the way the waves are. But it's right there in front of us. Kind of riding across the swells, which is a little weird, so it's acting up. The motors and the props and the fins are all coming out of the water, and then they're hitting the air and get different. acting funny. So I think that's a plan. Get this done, head to Komodo. Next episode, I'll snap together a barge as quickly as I can. I think it's gonna be pretty fast. I'll take like the side doors right off the other barge. I'm not gonna put in an APU. I'll just power it from the. I'll just power it from Brigeau using a cable. We already have that shore power connection. If I hook that shore power to another shore power on the barge, that should allow me to pass power to the barge for anything I might need, like anchors. I'm going to put a battery on there. The battery should be enough to keep the anchors on for a while. Okay, did it give me 2 different missions at once? It's weird. It gave me that bow rider mission. Yeah, that's weird. Okay. Rescue 2 people, bring to hospital. Gotcha. Hello. Jump on, please. Thank you. Okay. And then, can I get you without getting in? Yeah. And let me look really quick at the mission. See if it has anything about repairing it. Repair critical damage to the vehicle. Okay. So, it wants me to repair, so that's fine. I have a torch. Luckily, it seems like it's exterior. Ooh, I'm going to steal their rope, too. A little piracy. Let me get in here. I think the windshield's blocking me. Health packs, too. There we go. So there's $2,000. Let's grab first aid kit here. Yep, grabbed a first aid kit. Let me grab another one. I don't care about the flare gun. I'm going to put that away. I'm going to come steal their rope. Petty, I know. But never know when I need some of the stuff, and might as well take what is theirs. I need a swim for it, too. That's why I shut the door, is the waves are weird here. I need to put a bilge system in the main area here. It does a weird thing where if the door is closed, Brigeau can't sink. It has good low center of gravity, and all that buoyancy is up high in the cabin. But if you leave the door open, if the water goes in there, even though the door is open, it thinks that it's on a closed volume, so it tries to sink you. Can I open you? Nope, locked. Okay. It tries to sink you, so I think putting a bilge system in there where that will automatically turn on, at least in a last ditch effort. If I close this hatch as it's sinking, it just rolls over. It doesn't actually sink to the bottom. It just rolls over because this fills with water. The bilge will empty it, and then that way it will actually right itself. So. Alright, so that was interesting. The mission was the same. It popped up the repair mission super early. Alright, so we're going to go here to the military base. And we'll dump these people off. Yeah, so I think that's a good plan. Kind of a bummer that a wrench got thrown in the plan for that, but I really want to get away from having to go long distances dragging barges, spawning them down here, spawning them here. One of the reasons I got away from making a new barge was I then lose the ability to spawn it here, and I'd have to buy this if I wanted to bring the large barge. Buying this island gets rid of all that. Super close, spawn a large barge, service this fuel area. There's our printing money there. I'm starting to get into the point where I want to make some serious money to use some of my serious toys. Nice little sunset here. Let's take a pic for the video. I think the disaster pic of the barge is, well, funny, I don't think is really helpful. Yeah, so like I said, disappointing and that screwed up, but benefit's gonna be, I think it's time for a bigger barge. Hopefully Vigeot tows it alright, as long as even if I get 5 knots out of it with a full load, we're going short distances, and then eventually I can get build a larger tugboat to really specialize in towing. You know, I need a big barge, I think, to justify taking the Daemon 2111 out. I need a lot of capital, so... Up there's a crate. So let me grab that. Supplement our income a little bit. Especially we're on a money-making mode here. It's nice to... Oh, came in hot on that crate. There, I don't want to get out. There we go. 6,500. Nice. A little bit of cash. Does this have a... I'm trying to see if this has some sort of slip on the rear side of the island. I don't think it does. What's our diesel looking like? Diesel's low, but we're going back to base. I think this only has a diesel cell anyways, yeah. Nice little sunset going on here. Can't really get the island in view as well. But, you know, like in real life, this throws you some curveballs. So I'm going to remember to put in 18.6. I'll do that right after I save this up. I'll go ahead and I'll do that, and then I'm not going to bore you with going to Komodo. I'll just do that off screen, and I'll end up at Komodo. Well, actually, I'll probably end up going to my I should probably end up going to my test save so I can kind of do some testing. My anchor. 38 feet. There we go. Attached. Alright, you, please. Right there. You, sir. Can you follow me, please? Thank you. I should have closed that door. I'm going to need to get in that habit, but... Seas are calm right now, right here. Alright, do you... Oh, you're following me. That's excellent. Thank you. I appreciate that. Appreciate the little things. Alright, so probably another $4,000 for these people. So I forget what we got for repairing it, like $2,000. So let's say maybe $6,000, 7,500 for that crate. So, you know, there's $12,000 right there. You know, definitely helps every little bit, especially early game. Once we get into real money, you know, really being able to tanker large quantities of oil, we're really set for money. We have nothing to worry about with money. You know, either using my Daemon 2111 in a fuel barge or bringing up the T800 and doing that. Those can easily survive trips to the Arctic, no problem. Can handle any weather conditions. Vigeot's a little small to be handling extreme weather. It's kind of dangerous, especially you're not going to be able to tow a barge in extreme weather where those vehicles have no problem. And having a self-contained tanker unit and the 800 would be fun to start getting working on that. I want to play with that. I didn't get to use that very much. It kind of made it and didn't use it very much. Okay, so there we go. There's another 4. Okay, nice. All right, good. So we're in good shape here. Let's get back. So I'm gonna just quickly get back to Vigeot. I'll do my save on board, and then Like I said, in the next video, I'm going to go ahead and I'll make it a build video. I'll try to get that barge out quick. That shouldn't be, I say it shouldn't, but it shouldn't take me long. Should be able to snap together a barge pretty quickly. Even if it doesn't have all the features I would like, it be a good start. And then we're in good shape there for moving ahead. And a little bit of piracy off that as well, grabbing some rope. Oh, I damaged. I got some damage there. I'll fix that at some point. We're not leaking. That's all I care. Actually, let me do it right now. Take me just a second. All right, stow that rope. All right, quick little repair. All right, definitely shut that. Shut the motors off. Shut the power off. Go ahead and I will save. This is backup. That will save over the screwed up save that was crazy. All right, let me exit to the main menu. All right, I'll go ahead and I'll bring up my XML. You can see again how I do the XML editing here in the event that you ever need to do it yourself. All right, so we're going to go to the saves. Here's the most recent one, career build series. Let me just double check it. Nope, it's backup. Okay, career build series backup's the one I just saved. All right, career build series backup. Yeah, that's it right here. All right, scene. I'm going to look at my, actually, good thing to do here is to copy and paste it. There we have a copy in case I screw this up right now. So where is our currency? 107,508. So we're going to add 18.6 to that. Was it 107,508 plus 18,600? That's 126,108. All right, 126,108 is our new value. So let's save that. I'll just open it and check it really quick. So that kind of, instead of getting discouraged by having glitching that kind of screwed up the missions, pretty quick. Just roll back to another save. Always make sure you have plenty of saves. It saves a lot of issue. And there we go. We're all set. So this save is set. We'll end it here. A little bit disappointing that happened, but learning the realities of the game. Doing multiple barges, it's just going to be very tough because it took me an hour and 15 minutes to get out there. That's kind of an unreasonable amount of time to leave them up and not do a save. I'd have to do things like anchor one of them, bring one in, make sure Visual's not connected, has enough space, and so that's just a lot of extra work. Where I think having a single barge, one of the reasons that barge is hung around so long is because it fits in the starter base. That's all we had, and then I didn't build a new barge because fears of Visual not being able to handle the weight, but it handled the two barges fine. That was 60,000. It was still going. What was it doing? 10 knots? Somewhere 8-10 knots. So if I even go down to 5 knots, I'm happy. 5 knots with a barge that holds triple the volume is still faster than doing 3 runs with the smaller barge at a higher speed. So definitely worth doing that. So we'll end it there. Turned into a good video, but started off a little rocky. All right, so I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Theoretically, if I can find my cursor. There we go. See you guys.